Portland, getting a free kick goal in the 89th minute to earn their first win of 2025. Might we see something here this afternoon? What a ball in front! And on cue, it's Brian White that delivers! A perfectly weighted ball, and the 29-year-old U.S. international striker on the back post to nod it home, and Vancouver take the lead once again.
Moment. Look at Brian White in the box. It's 3 against 2 in the setup of this moment. And you can see the Galaxy talking who has who. But it's still 3v2. Brian White slips off the shoulder of Zanko, who has to go to the near post with the runner. And he's left alone and just has to redirect that into the goal. Well timed, a phenomenal ball. And Brian White rewards him with an assist and a lovely little goal here in the closing moments of this match. A huge one for Brian White. 2-1.
Johnson venturing forward from his left back spot, chipping on to the backside, headed back down for White. Brian White! He continues to find pockets of space and continues to score goals. 4th in MLS play in 2025, and a 1-0 lead for Vancouver.
Ball from Tate Johnson. You see he just sees the target on the back post, drops his head. Nice pace on the ball, redirected from Berhalter. And this is the type of goal that Brian White can score. It's a difficult angle. There's no one on him. He doesn't make clean contact, but somehow it ends up side netting and in the back of the net. And from something where Colorado should be able to defend this relatively easily, they've now found themselves.
Blackman. Nice ball forward again at Campos. Much more of an attack-minded fullback. Cross in to inside the area! It's the simplest of finishes for the star man of that Vancouver attack. Brian White has opened the scoring.
Pays dividends for Vancouver on this chance here, because Daniel Rios ends up being more narrow. So now you have 2 strikers for Eddie Ocampo to pick out with his service. That little slight flick, it's a culture touch in the end from Daniel Rios that just puts this ball on the platter. And Brian White from that distance is just so calm and cool and collected. This could be dangerous here.
Priso, Sabi on the turn, little ball in behind! A second goal! Is there a cooler person in front of goal right now than Brian White in Major League Soccer? A double for him. Vancouver just keep on rolling.
It starts with the poor goal kick from Brad Super, but now it's the reactions. The reaction from Austin FC. No one steps to close down Ralph Priso. Emmanuel Sabi receives the ball, and no defender steps out to engage him. To watch, he catches the ball here. He has time to turn, to pick his head up, to see the running off the ball from Brian White. And from that distance, Brian White has shown time and time again good timing, good arrival, good composure, good finish. 2-0 to the Vancouver Whitecaps.
Cubas, maybe one of the candidates to come out in the middle of that midfield. Tireless work and effort from him as always. All out to this. Left, a chance to get to go wide, the cross.
Change of the point of attack. When this ball gets switched from Tate Johnson, Emmanuel Sabi has had his way with whatever defender's been marked up against him all day long. But look at the middle of your screen. How many numbers get into the box centrally? The reaction times, the anticipation from Vancouver players, and it's the reaction from Brian White. As this ball gets played off the post, you're going to see him coming back into your frame. And it's just the anticipation of a striker, seeing where the danger is going to be, seeing where the ball might pounce into that area. And when you're on a brace...
Definitely not a sentence I expected to say about the reigning champions at this stage. Ahmed, good win from Ngando. Ahmed, right down the middle, ball out wide. White! Scores again! Brian White is unstoppable! 4 for him, 5 for Vancouver.
And Austin will feel like they got away with one. with that challenge there from Ngando, but look at the quick reactions. 3v2. Ali Ahmed just so patient, plays the right weight of the pass. It's all about the weight of the pass that he leads Brian White with, because that allows him to get the strike off first time. He doesn't need to take a touch, just reshape his body, see the outcome and run of Brad Stuver.
Vite leaves, Berhalter serves, White! He just out-jumped everybody! And Brian White adds another, his 7th of the season. Vancouver back in it, 2-1.
This is extremely tight. Does Tillman keep Brian White onside when this ball is hit? From that angle, it looks like Tillman keeps him onside. I think the goal stands.
Ahmed, big switch. Sabi's got some space. Valencia defending. Sabi cutting inside, clips it towards White. Deflection, White again! A goal that was coming!
On this near side, whether or not Ocampo takes down Hollingshead, there's no whistle blown. Then Ahmed switches the point of attack. Little bit of a deflection here. It gets to Ahmed and just brilliant. Brian White, time and time again, is in the right spot at the right time. But I think Ocampo and Vancouver get away with one. That is a foul in my book. No whistles blown. Play until the whistle. Brian White and Vancouver think in the moment it's 2-2.
This is where his game has really started to ascend to, the service that he provides on a game-to-game basis. Good ball in! Guess who? Brian White! His 70th goal in Major League Soccer, and you can't spell Whitecaps without that man. 2-1.
Around in the area where goals are scored, wide set pieces, corners. He can get on the end of everything. He could score in every type of way. And this is not the first time those two have linked up. White and Berhalter. Really makes it look really easy. Does he jump? Doesn't really get off his feet much. A little bit easy. But Brian White continuing what he's been doing all season, putting it in the back of the net.
Brian White. 2-2 in Salt Lake. White's second brace of the season. Scores any which way possible, and Vancouver's on even terms. On even terms.
I liked braces himself for a brace. I think everybody fancied Brian White there. Never in doubt. Scores in so many different ways. One from a corner, one from the spot. With 70 minutes to go to get a hat-trick.